while. If you also tap in Serge, S-E-R-G-E, tableau, it comes up with a lot of things too, and that rhymes, doesn't it? Okay, tag me. So come on, just tell us what's your name, man?
Oh.
And where
Yeah, my full name is Serge Table. That's the full name.
Okay.
And when I first came in the country, and people used to non-artists, artists, network people, they all know me on the name of Serge.
Right.
And later on, I decided to use not to use Serge, but use Table as an artist name, stage name. Which is
it wasn't one of them things like, like you get some people, you do with a lot of people from different countries in Africa and also India and China and places like that. You see a Chinese man in a restaurant and to come and bring you food and they say, oh, good evening, what's your name? And he goes, Bob. Yeah? And the same thing, like sometimes you meet an African man, you say, what's your name? They say, my name's Aki.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's not the name, but because other people sometimes get it mixed up and can't pronounce it, they make it simpler. And
Yeah.
It wasn't a case of that.
No. That's my Tagne is normally my real name, and Tebu is my dad name.
Okay.
So Tagne, I got it from my granddad. So that's what we call African name.
Yeah.
That's our real
And
name.
does it have a meaning?
Normally, Tagne, you get that name Tagne when you are a father of twins.
Ah.
But my granddad didn't have any twins, so
It's just different.
it is just different. So, and that's the only meaning I know. But Serge is kind of what you call is that surname? No, not surname. I don't know how you call it. Anyway, Serge, that's what we irritate from the colonization and all those kind of things. And just at some point, I decided to get out of it, and then use my African name, fully, completely.
Okay.
And I just say, okay, my stage name now is Table.
So is this because you came to some form of a realization of
kind of, and also I remember my own mom always called me Tagne. She never called me Serge, and I was pissed off at that when I was young. I said, why don't you call me Serge? But it was wrong. When at that time when I thought that way, it's completely wrong. Now I'm a grown up and I've seen a lot of things. I should be myself. I should apply the philosophy or the talk I'm giving regarding the music, even regarding my name. So if I always say to my student, be yourself, and then when it comes to my name, I change it, I become someone else. It's kind of something's wrong with me. So I just decided to get back to my roots.
But was there a thing about doing that that kind of like made you taller, you felt you got something from saying I'm taking this name rather than that?
To be honest, I feel more myself now. I'm happy to be Tagne, even if it's difficult to be pronounced. People will always say Serge, and then next time they will come thinking I'm French, that kind of stuff.
Cameroon was colonized by the French, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I'm not French. I don't even look like a French. So. Because I always say to people, my ID card is my face. It's not that piece of paper.
Yeah, but you will get people who also, and I'm sure you've seen this yourself, whether that's in Cameroon or some of the other French colonies, that some people would be actually see it as an honour to be referred to as French.
Yeah. I don't want to judge them, we in Africa, we got those names for two reasons, for the colonization reason and also for religion. Those are Muslim, we get Islamic name, and the Christian, we get the Christian name. Now, colonized by French, you get the French Christian. Colonized by English, you get the English Christian name, or Portuguese Christian name. So, it's colonization and the religion. But what about my own religion, my own spiritualities? That's what I follow.
So in saying that, and your own spirituality and that, putting aside of your name, not throwing it away, but understanding the real power of tag me. I keep banging my head on this thing, I've usually got my hand on. But the natural African music, the natural African beats, was that something that, again, in growing up in a, I don't know, when did Cameroon get its independence?
60.
60, so...
So-called independence.
Okay, so how then you growing up was real Cameroonian music there?
Okay, if you're coming from where I was born, Douala, like I say, is at the coast. So the first guy who came, European who came in Cameroon were Portuguese. That's the reason we call Cameroon is called Cameroon, because Cameroon means crabs. Crab.
Crops?
No, crabs. You know the
Crabs?
Crabs.
Yeah.
Cameroon mean because when they first came, they saw a lot of crabs in the river. They say Rio dos Camarones, which means in Portuguese river of crabs.
Okay.
So when you say you're a Cameroonian, you actually say you're a crabs. So which is completely wrong. We should change that. But again, that's another discussion. So people from the river, they were influenced by Portuguese. So when you listen to the music for those people originally from that coast, it's called Makossa. So influenced by acoustic guitar, nylon string, not steel string, and it's close to the Brazilian feel. So if you listen to my stuff, you will notice that I got a lot of Brazilian influence.
Okay.
And but that's not my tribe. My tribe is originally from somewhere else. I was just born there. My tribe is completely different. We coming from the back in the town. It is the south of Egypt. So we are. They call it Nubians from from Sudan. So we are the real south of Egypt, the real south Egyptians, and we still have all those spiritualities, all those culture part of our own actual cultures, you know, despite the colonization and the religion, the new religion that came in the home. So I was influenced by where I was born and the blood, the back home, because every big holiday I used to go in the village, you know, and I stayed there with my grandmom, my granddad, listening to playing the drum, you know, playing the traditional, so-called tradition. I don't want to use that word, but that's what we call it, traditional instrument, music instrument.
What should we use instead of saying traditional?
Instrument, African instrument.
African instrument.
African instrument. So I ordered.
Because I'm also very conscious of saying Cameroon rather than Africa, because again, we say Africa as if Africa is sometimes one country. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's a continent.
Yeah, it's a continent, you know, and again, all those names, it wasn't given by us, you know, all the, how do you call it, all the cut-off, the borders, scrambled. Again, it wasn't done by us, so, because you will find some tribes that are in Cameroon, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, Central African Republic, some people speaking the same language but having a different passport. You know, and then today you will start a fight thinking they're different, they are no brothers. They're the same, you know.
I mean, it's Angela who you met when we came in.
Yeah.
You know, she does a show on here called Calabash.
Yeah.
And she really brings some of the different vibes and different styles of music out of Africa. You know,
Calabash.
Yeah,
Calabash.
Yeah.
The saw you yesterday.
Yeah. I think that's what she probably named the show up. But that's one show that, you know, is really bringing out the flavour of the many African countries on this station. But before, when you were talking and you said about crabs and what it meant, I heard you go into a little bit. I don't know whether it was Portuguese, whether it was French. So I'm thinking, right, as well as being a multi-instrumentalist, you're a bit of a multilinguist.
Yeah, I speak. It's a shame what I'm going to. It's very shame what I'm going to say, because I speak French, English, German, but I don't speak any African language.
Okay.
Again, you know, a lot of mistakes I did when I was younger. You know,
But that's not, some of that's not down to you. I mean, your parents would have had to speak the tongue to you.
No, my mom always spoken that language. Our language. Always, even if she doesn't know you, my friend coming with me at home, she speak French, she speak all that, but she always my language. But
and what is
me,
Cameroon, the main Cameroon?
There's no main
not
language.
Cameroonian, but yeah.
Yeah.
What was the language then that your mum spoke?
Yeah, it's the language from my village, which is Banjul. In Cameroon, we have more than 300 languages.
Wow.
I wouldn't say dialect because some people call it dialect. It's not dialect. It's proper language. More than 200 languages. So some other countries manage to choose one and make it national language, but it's still a debate in Cameroon. So at the moment, it's French for the French part and English for the English part. So we have both language and national language. All that and a different mind at that time, I kind of reject that language. No, I understand the language because every time when I phone my mom, she always same thing, same language, and I reply in French, you know. But it's a shame because now I want to do a lot of stuff in music, and I want to do it in my language. I'm stuck.
Well, it sounds like, and from what I've read, that you're not a person. If you wanted to do something, you can do it.
Yeah. If I want, like you said, you know, it's the willing, you know. I'm the type of person that everything becomes simple, easy to do when I want. If I don't want it, the simplest thing becomes the most complicated for me. You know, so if I want, I love to do it, then I just do it.
Well, listen, I want to go on and just I want you to do your track with regard to your father, and tell us again. I'll give us a bit of the, well, I don't know if it was totally just linked to the fact of that he passed away, and maybe in leading up to it, if you could tell us something, because I think I know I do it with my children, and their eyes go up, roll to the top of their head like he's off again. Yeah, kind of thing. What is it? Something that sticks in your head that your dad used to always say to you that you just can't get rid of it, but it also gives you, maybe at the time it got on your nerves, but now it really gives you strength.
Yeah. I remember when my dad was coming back home, sometimes he see me watching TV, he say, "Get off my TV, in front of my TV. You need to go and buy your own TV." You know? And I was 8, 9, 10, you know. When he started that, I wasn't able to walk. So, get off my TV. You need to buy your own TV, man. So now I understand, because my dad, to be honest, my dad was, I would say, rich back home, but we were living in a poor area. We choose to live in a poor area. I kind of understand now, because he didn't want to educate us, to give us all those privileges, because he came from a very, very, very poor family. He was the only one in his family who managed to do something until he became rich. And he didn't just want to just give everything to us like this. He said, you need to suffer, you need to learn to earn your own thing, you know. But if I was sick, hospital, no problem. If I want to go to school, no problem, pay for it, no discussion. But those silly things, or I want an iPad, or I want this kind of things, it didn't exist at that time.
Yeah.
No chance, you won't get it, you know. That time I was saying, what's that? Why this? But now I see, so it made me a man at that time. You know, it was a good thing. You know, so when you're younger, you don't understand when the elders is saying something to you. You just think, you don't understand your word, because they've been living for long. They've seen stuff. You know, they have experience. You know, they can guide you. And when you're young, you don't see it.
And were you here when he passed?
Yeah, I was here. Unfortunately, I couldn't go travel back home at that time. And I think it was a couple of weeks later, I sat in my room, in my piano, because I was still working. I still have to practice my piano to go and earn some money. And I sat on the piano, I couldn't even practice. It's just one line, one bass line came into my mind. Which in fact that's the starting point of the song, and I just call it my dad.
Okay.
and the rest. And I just press the record on my computer in my studio. I just record the piano live. And the funny thing is, because it was recorded using the MIDI keyboard for those who understand the language, when I wanted to record that for my album, the sound engineer, he said he wanted it to be done on a real piano, acoustic piano, which I love. But I told him, you know what, unfortunately for this song, I won't be able to do an acoustic piano. He said, why? Because I won't be able to replicate what I played on the day. He said, how come? I said, because I don't have the same state of mind. If you put me in the same state of mind at that time, I will play. If you can't put me on that state of mind, I won't be able to play exactly like that. So we need to leave it, keep it as a MIDI file, use a better sound piano to put it on the recording. I know it won't sound nice like a real piano, but that's what you have to do. I'd rather get the real artistic things and lose the sound than have the right sound and lose the proper content.
And did you put it on your album? Is it on your album?
It's on the album. It's not out yet, but I'm planning to release the album.
And your mom heard it?
Oh yeah. She doesn't understand if, especially it was instrumental, you know. She, but even she doesn't. Some people listen to say, oh yeah, started to tell a story about it. They won't mention my dad, but the story they're talking about is not close to my dad. They didn't know that it was about my dad, but the sadness of the story, people develop just by listening to the track. Is exactly what happened when I wrote the tune. So.
Okay. Well, I have that. You know, my dad. Tagni Taboo, search engine, live musically. Tagni Taboo accompanied by Jerry Lindo on guitar. Playing the track on keyboard live in the studio. Legacy 90.1.
popolo sutuno. La situno pomono la pisano. Santo la mapumo sutuno la popo. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Take a little moment there, man. But I can see how we could easily just float away with that. And I can kind of imagine when you recording it. Was you on your own when you were doing it?
Yeah. I was on my own in the room, and then yes, I remember. I think I was.
Just telling us where we're wrong or whatever. We'll get that. So, yeah, did he ever come and see you play?
No.
No.
No. Because I was still hiding myself when I was back home as a musician. And he wasn't aware. He was aware I was still a football player, which he didn't even like that because, you know. But it's only that when I first traveled, because I prefer here, I came to UK, I went to Germany. When he heard about me, I think it was his friend, so he saw me on TV, and then he reported it to my dad. So that's the first time he really see me in a high standard, you know. And he was just laughing. He didn't even make any comment. And yeah, but I could kind of read that it was trying to say, okay, it may be work for you, but it doesn't mean that it's something to advise to another person to do. which we kind of 50 right, because you know the way we as an artist, Jerry probably said the same. You know, it's very difficult to live live as an artist. That's what he wanted. He wanted me to be independent, to be able to take care of my family. You know, to be honest, I don't think he really care if I'm a mathematician or a doctor or whatever. He just thought at that time, no stress, just be a doctor, you will find a job. You know, just, don't come back with that things of playing football or be a musician, because I don't want you to. I don't want you to see you having a good life. You know, so he didn't have anything against music, to be honest. It's just he was worried about me being a successful person.
We'll be right back.
Feel the vibe, feel the vibe.
Right, what was your orders that you were saying there now?
I just got started.
I was wondering. On Legacy 90.1, and currently I'm talking with Tagni Tableau and Jerry Lindo in here with his this beautiful guitar. That wasn't the one you had last time, was it?
No, I changed it again. So.
Yeah, well, and we've got just tell us about what you've got in here, Tagni, and what's making all that, because all that what was going, ain't no CD in this machine. There's all that sound, all the repeat, like, backup music, and because I was like, what's going on? Because you sang, and then I'm hearing like you've got the 3 degrees there behind you. What have you got here? What have you brought?
Yeah, I've got my laptop with a software, synth software that I can, with a little keyboard controller that I can use to drive the sound. So whatever sound I want to use, if it's the bass line, I can select the bass line. If it's the if it's the flute, I'll just select the flute, and then I play. And I've got on the floor a loop pedal just to record a couple bars and then keep it looping, then allow me to add some other element on top of it.
Okay, so this is electrical stuff, but as I said before, you're a multi-instrumentalist, so what other instruments do you play?
Whoa, I play keyboard, bass guitar, a bit of guitar, just, you know, very beginner guitars, and what else? Vibraphone, balafone, marimba, tom piano.
Vibraphone. What's that?
Vibraphone. Play with the mallet.
Okay.
Like the vibraphone.
Xylophone.
Okay, the xylophone. Yeah, it looks like a xylophone.
No.
The xylophone is it metal? It's kind of metal.
It's wood,
yeah.
but I think the one.
The xylophone is a wood.
Yeah.
It's a wood, and the marimba is a wood as well. And the vibraphone is a
Is
metal.
that the one that dips?
It look bigger.
Yeah.
Aluminum. It's the same concept. Same concept with aluminum. Same concept as a piano as well. You know? and a sort of percussion, hand drum, cajon, conga, bongos,
So
40
you
percussions.
you travel with your music, yeah? You've been to France, you've been to Germany, you've been playing in, was it Holland as well? Denmark.
Yeah, Denmark.
And you performed in all those places, both with the group and as a solo?
Yeah, solos.
And what do you prefer?
Oh, of course, solos. Because with the groups, usually we're playing covers, which it's good, you know. That's what I just call. That's what I call by making money. But very rare, I really enjoy it. You know, I just do it for the money. But when I do my own stuff, I'm happy to share my ideas to people, you know. So I enjoy it the most. So yeah, definitely, it's playing my own stuff.
And which genre is your main love?
Say again, sir?
Which genre of music?
Genre.
Yeah, you got, you
Well,
got your jazz, you got
yeah,
your
I mean,
American jazz, you got your salsa, you got your Brazilian style.
I listen to any kind of music with jazz influence. Let's put it simply that way. Any music of the world justified with jazz influence, like what it's trying to play and back, that kind of stuff.
And you mentioned, I think you mentioned another track before when we said about My Dad. There was another one. But let's see where we go. Let's have something else.
Yeah, let's have something from Jerry, because don't forget I'm here in the studio with Jerry Lindo, one of the.
Jerry's here. Jerry, yeah. All right then, come on, Jerry. Jerry's here every month. Jerry's a linchpin in there, and I still don't think we've actually got everybody that have come in here as a musician, yeah, like yourself, like Empress Asha, yeah. I've all said we still ain't seen Jerry yet.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've you know, he's a great guitarist, you know, great guitarist.
So have you seen him come out of his box then?
Oh yeah, when he came, he came yesterday at home, and when we were preparing this show, we trying to. I played some stuff that I think, looking from his body language, it was out of his context.
Yeah.
But the way he says things on that, even if he wasn't prepared to listen to that kind of music. So it just showed me that he's a musician. That's why I call musician.
Okay.
So
Jerry out of the box. Search Engine Live UK. Here we go.
Well, do I have to play?
What do you mean?
yes.
Play as if nobody's here. Play as if you're in the middle of the desert. Here we go.
Yeah.
Search Engine Musicale. Jerry Lindo. Tagni Taboo. Playing just for you.
Imana to C to D.
Yes, man. Oh my God, God. Yes, Jerry. Yes, Jerry Lindo, people.
Jerry says back his crowd.
Lindo. Yes, listen, I have to bring you on that one, Carl, man. Because you're the witness. You were there with me. What's going on? Oh, you felt that?
Yeah, that was nice. That was special. We need to record the shows and just like the audio. Yeah, especially for this month that's coming up. Kind of need to do a special thing, maybe off the air, and then present it to people so they can really see everybody and what everybody does.
Wow.
Because at the minute it's just on one camera, but we can do it where we can have 3 cameras.
Yeah, man.
And we hook it up, and I really do it the way we want to do it. Is it if everybody's up for this, put up their hand.
Yeah, man.
You can't back out now, and then no one's getting paid either,
Okay, so Jerry, man, just seeing that you were just wow. That was
Just vibes and just vibes.
yeah, but that's a good term because it was you feel the vibe, but there's something about when you're seeing how you and some of them sounds that you come out and I'm like, where is that coming from? Because sometimes you weren't even I didn't see that hand moving down there and but you could that the changes were happening.
What happened is the sound gives you something else. It touches. I might as well say soul, spirit. Something. So if you give me just 1 millisecond of the right sound for that right moment, will take me somewhere else. It's like I use electric sounds for certain things to do certain runs and certain movements.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't work so well on an acoustic sound, a dry sound. So I use an affected sound, and that helps elevate, the what would you call it, the atmosphere of the track.
Yeah.
So
But
sound is very important.
But you know what? There's also something about when as a onlooker, and I can see that you're with your music. Do you get me? I mean, tell me. When you're there, when I can see that you're enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're in it. It's like it makes it even more.
Oh yeah, definitely. When you're free to do what you want to do, then it's normal to enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if someone put you on the stage to do stuff just to get paid, then there's a risk that you may have a funny face on the stage.
Yes.
So sometimes happened to me at some point.
Yeah, because the thing is, with the two of you, which is both what I see, which is written, and I think I don't want to put it down in a small type of way. That one is that you know what I mean, you play in a way that makes songs, even if you're playing somebody else's song, you change it up like it's never been heard before. And the same terminology we use for Jerry's up is, yeah, I mean, somebody will have a track and Jerry will Jerry it up and make it different. So on that now, I'm going to bring Jerry just Jerry'd up so we know what he can do. So he ain't going no box, we ain't putting him back in the box. You see? Yeah.
I'm out of the box now.
He's out of the box and you're out anyway, so we're going to bring these both together now. So let's vibe.
Okay, talking about the playing tune, make it sound like something you never heard before. Does it sound like we could try this Bob Marley thing we tried yesterday?
Okay, we're gonna get a reality.
But it's a different
Search engine UK.
I shouldn't even mention that. So I just
Well, we're here now, you can't go back. Search engine UK Musically, Legacy 90.1, Tagni Taboo, Tagni Tagne, Taboo TEBU. Check it out. And Jerry Lindo on guitar, vibing, jamming, bringing your music, bringing your sound, well worth pound for pound.
A section.
Here we go.
Okay.
Three kind of tracks.
So is this a particular, you said it was you mentioned Bob Marley. Or are you taking that back?
Yeah, I'm taking that back.
Hey. Live and up close. That's how we do it. And while the guys are just getting the warmed up and ready to go, I'll let you know next month, October, is that time of the year. That one where they say, you know, you've got that month to talk about yourself. Although you know, search engine, we talk about us every week. You know, ain't no 1 month of the year. You know what I mean? 12 months of the year is our time. But next month is that month we'll call Black History Month. And we will be doing a very special search engine live musically, where we'll be having a few artists in the studio sharing their talent on various different levels. We're talking singers, rappers, grime artists, poets, live jam. What do they call that when you do when you kind of like do your poetry to music?
Oh, they have their stand-up slam.
Slam
They have like
poetry
slam. Oh,
and
speaking
stuff.
of poetry slam, yo, can I just say this little thing? I know nobody can see me, but you can hear me. Right? It's about us as a people. And it's also about the human race. So it's like how easily you can lose yourself. Your true reflection is a giant, but you appear like the image of an elf. So you act unfortunately moist, and you make acting soft and coming last look like it's your life choice. So when people try and fit you into molds and stuff, you know what I mean, people don't do that. You know, everybody, we all should be different and do our own thing. So this Black History Month, as they call it, coming up, even though we are a people, we're all very different.
For real.
And there is no distinctive, this is right, black, and what you may say, which differs as a black man, is wrong, black. Because what we can tend to do this month coming is spend 30 days disagreeing. Oh yeah, spend 30 days disagreeing, which makes us look ridiculous.
Which is not gonna happen. Well,
Which ain't gonna happen. So we need to be on your toes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
about it's kind of like let it be a love fest, and it ain't even about what we all say next month. It's about what we do.
Yeah, for real.
So if you can't help the old lady next door carry her shopping in, but you're on a mountaintop pontificating like Malcolm X the second coming, as far as I'm concerned, you need to quiet and go and sit down.
Yeah. For real.
But that's just me.
No, well, you're not wrong. And just as you're saying that helping the old lady, I seen my godmother today. I haven't seen for a very, very long time. So let me say hello and good evening to Auntie Joyce. Such a beautiful surprise to bump into you today on New High Street. And yes, as I said, next month, Black History Month, various artists in the studio, all topic will be on Black history. So anything that they'll be doing, whether it's a song, whether it's a poem, whether it's a slam, whether it's a grime, whether it's a rap, it will all be to do with Black our story. So we're ready, guys? Here we go. Has it got a name or are we just jamming?
We tell you later.
They'll tell me later. It's a surprise, but we're out the box. We're out the box. Here we go. Jerry Lindo, Tag Me Taboo, Search Engine Live, Musically, Legacy 90.1. Yeah, man, I felt that vibe, felt that vibe, felt that vibe. Do you know what?
Okay, when I say sound, sound could be used also as a language. But I was talking my language without talking my language. So if someone from Cameroon heard me, he would say, "Oh, it sounds like Cameroon. It sounds like that tribe." But the person from that tribe wouldn't be able to hear anything I'm saying. But he kind of recognize, but that sounds my language. But what are you saying then? So it's kind of scat, but using all the form of my language.
But this is again sometimes in the sojourn of a lot of the things that's happened which we have lost or we don't understand, because essentially words are sounds, aren't they? A, B, Z. It's still.
Yeah, because I've seen some. I work a lot with Cuban musicians, and they still do some ancient song or music that came from Africa 70 years ago, you know. But no African can really recognize the language, but that's what they could remember from all the change, all the problem they went through. But it's there. It doesn't stop them still doing their spirituality when they do the rumba dancing, singing, talking to ancestor or calling spirits. They still do it, and this and all the spirit they coming, even if they don't say the right words that is still be said in Africa at the moment. But because they're doing it from heart, that message is just crossing there to the spirit.
Wow. See where we're at now. We've virtually got 20 minutes to go. Yeah, we've not even really left Africa yet, have we? But we're here. Where was it the first time that when you did leave Africa? Where did you go?
I went to Germany.
Okay.
And then back Cameroon again, then UK.
All right. And now I've seen it down on paper, so you can't run away. You've made UK your home.
Yeah, it's
or
my
you
home.
Consider it your home.
Yeah, it's my home since 2006. Let's say 2007, 10 years now.
Okay, and I was born here, and sometimes I find it even still difficult to say this is my home. My mum used to say to me when I was young, I used to complain, I don't know why. She used to say, well, you're born here. I used to say, why did you come here? I don't know if it's just because of the cold. You know what I mean? But you're here, you made it for the home. So tell me, make me feel good about where I was born and I've grown. Why you?
Yeah, I have to consider Manchester or UK as my home because that's where I am. So if I see it that way, then it gives me all the motivation to go through all the difficulties. Because even back home, I had the difficulties. It's not because I'm in the UK that I'm struggling. That's the reason I say Manchester is now, or UK is now my home, because I have to establish myself here, which I've done in 10 years time, or managed to put my name up there. And I have a good network of
you've done loads. Like I said to you the first time that I came on, and we were organising the show for City Culture and Kwamna, and we put this together, and Jerry says Serge, so I'm looking up Serge now, and this picture comes up with this guy in front of this big old piano, and then the next picture in front of the drums. I'm like, nah, this isn't the guy that to look for, But yes, it was. So
it's the guy.
You've really taken your style and your music, and you have brought, as much as you say you like to, the solo type, so you can put yourself in the music. But you have used music to really bring people together.
Oh yeah. Well, when I first came here, the first action I did in this country is to make. I set up a band. Used to call it Cocorico, which is coming from the sound of chicken. Cocorico, that kind of sound.
Okay.
So I just call it Cocorico, and in the band I had English.
That's Brazilian as well, isn't it? Cocorico.
French state,
anyway, go on.
So I had in the band, my bass player was a Buddhist, an English Buddhist monk. The flutist guitarist was in English. I had an African drummer, a Pakistani percussionist, a Chinese singer opera. So in that, you see this combination, with all them people, they come in because they all fell in love with my music. But when they come in, we were not just doing all my music, because I had to understand also how the Chinese singer, how the Chinese opera works, and then to be able to adapt that person into my music, because I need to understand, to know the person, what is a good at, what is not a good at, and then to be able to facilitate the person into the project. So I always create this kind of project that is composed by different musicians coming from different backgrounds, because I'm also learning from that. I never set up a band that is only Cameroonian or only Africans, no, because I know a lot of people from Africa. I'm curious about learning from outside. So working with the Japanese, Chinese, Arabic, Middle East, I know all those music, because I've flirted with them, I mixed with them, and I studied their music. So it's a benefit for me, working with all different people. Not just saying I want to do my own music, or I'm just a jazz musician, or I'm just an African musician. No, I don't think so. Because if I were just doing that, I wouldn't be able to pay my bills. And I'm still struggling.
Yeah. But that's the beauty, like you say on your website, the beauty of music, in the sense of bringing it together. Now, there was one website that I went on that was using the music, again, not just over here, but also in Africa to cut through some of the issues that, you know, a lot of people in some areas face. But like I say, over here, there's now, you know, some quite large African, I don't say now, because if we go back historically, you know, there was particularly Nigerians that were coming over here years ago before. But there's now large African communities over here in the UK, some of which probably you're saying that you're bringing together. In the sense that, yeah, I know I mentioned it last time a bit, the festival
Yeah.
that you put on with African
we're
artists.
organizing this, which went well, very well, you know.
And you were saying about having that platform and a lot of them not being able to get that platform where they can show their style of
Yeah, a lot of them, they don't. Just an example, my own situation. There's a club in town, jazz club in town called Matam Feds. And I used to go down there when I first arrived here. I couldn't even speak the language, you know. They didn't even allow me to get in the club.
You couldn't speak English when you came here?
No, that's all. I was able to only speak French and German, no English. Because I remember the first day I managed to get in the club, it was a Monday jazz jam. And I just had to say to the guy, je voudrais jouer du piano, like I want to play the piano. The only thing he heard was piano. And he said, wet, I'm coming. And he asked my name, I said, sir. So he called me on the stage. That was John Ellis, by the way. That was John Ellis. And he called me on the stage, and then I went on the stage. That when I finished the play, that's the first time I think in Ghana I had maybe 10 or 4 numbers, you know, in my phone book. You know, or people were taking my phone numbers. So where are you from? I couldn't even understand what they were saying. You know, they just number for now. You know, taking number. And then, but the guy who really opened the door for me, who hold my hand was Mikey Wilson. He's the guy that, while I was struggling to get into the system, door were locked, he just took me. That was in 2007. I think we were in that project as well, in Madam First, probably, I think,
yes,
right?
yes.
And he took me, he just met me by accident through Anita, a trumpet player. They gave me songs for 2 weeks before the Jazz Festival. And then, bang, I was ready, and Mikey took me, and since then, I'm a regular piano player. So, he took me on his level, on his stage, with his networking, all that. So, and I benefit from that, because when I went there, I just blow up people, apparently. I'm not sure, apparently. The people say, where that guy, where is he from? Wait, is he been here? Yes, he's been here for at least a year. But struggling to find opportunities. Now today, I'm kind of having that level of Mikey recently that I can recommend people to you. So I think it's normal that if I recommend some people to my network, because that's how I got help.
And as I asked Jerry last time when he was in, and Barry when he came in as well, and I think we probably need to do probably a show where we can talk about Mikey and his contribution. Is yeah, you got the work and it's out there, but is there more still that can be done to highlight particularly musicians?
Oh yeah, of course. There's a lot. You know, one of the barriers is because people, we're talking about box people. When you say jazz, I'm still having the same problem today with myself. When you say jazz, people expect you to play like Black American or Louis Armstrong or Herbie Hancock. I've got a lot for them, but
Is that Herbie Hancock jazz?
yeah.
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 He's one of the founders, you know, he's one of the
Yeah.
Oh, right.
They've done what they've done, because when I was playing, I met him in the Holland. I was in the jazz festival, then he was on the main stage. I was a small stage. So when he walked on the back when I was playing, and then he stopped there, and then they asked to speak to me, and they said, you know what he told me? He told me that love your music, love your playing, and I asked him, what is that special in music? And he said to me, because you are you. I never heard that before. You are you. And he told me that the reason of why jazz is dead is because the young generation are trying to copy them. But the young generation, they don't understand that they've done what they could do. They're stuck. They empty their body. They have nothing to propose now. It's the young generation to take it into the next level. But unfortunately, the system, the institutions, kind of train them as a robot.
Yeah.
You know, computer making, and then it has to be this, has to be in this box. If you say jazz, blah blah blah. So now, when you come in out of the box, you're proposing something new on the table. Some people we say no because they don't understand what we're talking about. Some people we say no because they say, okay, if what this guy is talking about, if it's the real deal, but it's already advanced, they're scared of it because they don't want to, you know, they don't know it's incognito. It's better to be aware of that. So the closing doors. So my philosophy is to set up project, set up platform, and to allow what I call real artists to bring to problem. So bring something new on the table, bring who they are, what they want to say on the table.
Very quickly, are you finding that? How are you seeing this with young people coming in and stuff?
It's very difficult because they're already influenced. They're already influenced by what they see on the TV. Or for those who, even in the institution, I've got a lot of students in my board.
It's very electronic, isn't it? Very computer based.
The problem, I use the computer as well. The problem is not using electronic or whatever. It's just what you know. I've got, this is the microphone. But the way I use this microphone, you wouldn't use the same way as me. So my point is, be free to bring something on the table. Not too much influenced by what the institution, because you go to the college, you know, we're not then of college or university or whatever they call it, 4 or 5 years, at the end of the degrees, they all sound the same. So, but they have a different name. But how come they sound the same and they call it a different name? So something is wrong somewhere. So it's because, and somehow they fall in the trap not to be themselves. They just want to be heavy and cocky and strong, you know, which we all study them. I studied them as well, you know. But that's the student process. That's why I call student process. When you finish, when you don't consider yourself anymore as a student, you need to get away of that. Be a master, you know, be yourself.
Get a paper and then be yourself.
You know, and
propose. Get some praise. Yeah, we're going to be right back, and you know, the guys will be, you know, time's gone. We've got literally, when we come back, virtually 8 minutes to go. So I'm going to ask the guys to get ready in the break that we have, and take us right up to the end of the show with some of their out of the box, beauty, revolutionary music. Kali is the search engine musically live. We're back.
C90.1 FM.
2 minutes, guys.
Manchester, get ready for. It's £50.
So,
See you
A,
there.
Project
F,
Rally Enterprise and Leaders presents
A,
Community Business Event to be held on Saturday the 30th of September 2017, 10
Okay, well, I have to listen to the producer now. I have to listen. I have to find
Today
something
will
like
be
a
workshops,
different.
presentations,
We'll have to go back to that track.
Yeah.
Go back.
Don't, I mean, you may not have time for that, but just do what you put.
For stored inquiries, please email
You ready?
mcr@gmail.com. The
You
general
got
It was very kind of
17 seconds, here we go.
551618. Look out for the Eventbrite link and on the web pages on Facebook. See you there.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it was.
Okay.
Yes, welcome back. Search Engine Live Musically. Especially 5 minutes, 6 minutes to go before we gotta go. Stay tuned. Coming up next, Bembe Thursdays with Tapper Benz and
Hey.
Dolphin in the studio now
To G,
with
to C.
Nita Blue and Jerry Lindo on guitar. You've been listening, hearing the stories, hearing the journey,
Okay.
feeling the vibe of the musicality of these two virtuosos in the studio. And we're just gonna go. We're vibing. No rehearsal. Just is.
Gotta do some singing as well. A to E to it ends on C. A minor to E minor to G7 to C major. A minor.
Okay, the keyboard. Can't hear that. Okay. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I gotta say, it's fabulous. Applause, applause, applause to the musicians. Enjoyed it. Natural Joe.
The invite.
Say that again.
The invite to singers and stuff out there. Yeah, give them a shout. Call them.
Yeah, singers, instrumentalists. Search engine 365@gmail.com. Send us your. Let us know you want to come on and show your style. You're talking about the October one as well.
Yeah, the October one, just in general. It's like, as a city, we need to show that, you know, this idea that spontaneity and the ability to just be free and a freestyle and be an impromptu performer isn't gone. It's not something you learn, it's something that you must have. You know, so if you call yourself a performer, not just a regurgitator, you know what I'm saying, someone who swallows everything and then bring it back up again. If you can originate or just freely say what you have to say, there you go. And actually, rappers or grime artists, MCs, whatever, if you truly do freestyle, there is an element of being jazz within all of that. There is, and it shouldn't really be the same way. So if you hear somebody say they did a freestyle, but then they did the same freestyle a second time round, that's not a freestyle. That's a road style. You Anyway.
Or pop star. Or pop
For real.
You understand?
Yeah. But
Okay.
listen, if you're musicians out there, you know you got musicians. I know we're still touching the tip of the iceberg for the connections that we've got with Jerry and Tagney. So yeah, stay tuned. First of the month, every month, Search Engine Live, musically, producer Carl Tate, musical director Jerry Lindo. So anything, where can we next see you, Tagney? If somebody wants to go out and find you, where's you next playing?
Where am I playing next? Oh yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow. in
Tomorrow, as soon as that. Go on.
Tomorrow, that's Manchester, and Revolution de Cuba, that's a Cuban salsa band,
Okay.
from 5 to 8:30.
5 to 8:30
p.m.
Okay.
Peter Street.
Okay, guys, listen. Pleasure, as always. Why not record the October program at Stun with an audience? That's well, I don't know. We've talked about. I think we're doing something. We just had a text saying record the show at Stun with an audience. There's something going on in the pipeline with that.
What did they say? Record it at?
Stun Theatre, and that.
Listen,
With an audience.
we get the hookup. We do what we do.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know how that works. Well, yeah, we're open, being creative. You know, trying a new thing. Thank you all for tuning in. Search Engine Live musically once a month. Next week, we're moving it forward a bit. We're going to be having the tap team on next week, and they'll be filling us in on what they've been doing and about the event that's going to be taking place down at Carmore Road. Very, very important event. So stay tuned. As usual, third week, Rise Women, and then Talk Up Youth UK. And as we said, next month, Black History Month, for the Musically show, we've got a variation of artists all doing their various things in the theme of Black History. Tagney, Jerry, thank you.
Respect, guys.
Alright, coming up next, Bembe Thursdays with Tapper Benz and Dolphin.
Thanks, Carl. Respect.
You're good, man.
Yes, man.
You like it?
What?